Go.
So today I want to talk to you guys about what I find is the most important things when trying to develop and maintain a successful career. There are all kinds of different careers that people start with, from doctors to lawyers to engineers to police officers to fast food workers. No matter what career you decide to take, you are going to have people skills. That is learning how to deal with people. Even people who telecommute for work, like myself most of the time, you have to deal with customers, you have to deal with your boss, you have to deal with somebody. Learning how to deal with people is one of the most important aspects of a career. You can be the most educated person, you can be the smartest person, you can know your job better than anyone, but if you don't know how to deal with people, that is not a good thing as far as your career goes. Eventually you will have to deal with people, and if you don't know how to deal with people, that is not going to look good for you. The other important thing, everybody thinks you have to have a college degree nowadays. Not everybody can afford to go to college or has the ability to go to college. Maybe they had kids at an early age. Maybe they had a sick family member. Maybe they have sick parents, something like that, and they have to start working earlier than they would have chosen. You can also get a successful career by sticking with something and just doing what is asked. Learning how to deal with people. You can start working at your local fast food place, and if you go to work, you deal with the people the way you're supposed to. You do what your boss asks, and you stick with it and stay there. You can make a career working for any local fast food chain, a grocery store, anything like that. As long as you stick with it, you do what you're supposed to. Longevity is another big thing. Just stay at the same place. If you're going to start a career out of high school and you don't want to get an education, you don't want to be bouncing around from one job to the next job to the next job. Find a trade, find a skill, something like that. If it's customer service, you want to work in retail, stick with it, keep doing it. Not to say you can't change companies if it's not working out, but if you're changing jobs every 6 months, that doesn't look good on a resume. Again, somebody with a college degree, like a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer or something like that, may have a leg up on you to start your career. But they also have to have people skills just the same as your local fast food worker, something like that. Everybody's been to a fast food restaurant and had the worst service ever, and we know that's fairly common in a lot of the places you go to. You've also probably been to certain fast food restaurants that actually have better employees that actually treat you like a customer, like they should, and like they care. Taking pride in what you do is also very, very important. If you take pride in your employment, what you do, what your boss asks you to do, and you know how to treat people, you treat people with respect. Your boss asks you to do something, you do it. A customer asks you a question, you're polite. Dealing with angry customers is going to be difficult, no matter if you work for a large corporation, if you work at the local convenience store, whatever. You're going to deal with angry people at a time or two. Controlling your controlling your temper, and just treating them with respect, even if they're not doing so to you, will advance your career in the long term. If you just treat people like you want to be treated, like everybody hears in elementary school, the golden rule, treat somebody how you want to be treated. If you kind of actually bring that into your career, do what you're asked, you will succeed. Now, again, if you're starting out, you're not going to start making $100,000 a year. I've talked to a lot of young kids that they want to just go to college for this degree that's going to pay the most money right off the bat. That's not real likely. Not everybody can go to school for 8 years to be a doctor. Again, just start something, get a trade. If you don't want to go to college, get a skill. Be an electrician, be a plumber, some type of skill, stick with it, and you can advance your career and you can provide for your family. It's not all about college, it's not about education. Again, in my opinion, it's your people skills. Learn how to treat people, and that is going to serve you better than any education will. No matter what your career is, if you know how to deal with people, doctors deal with people, everybody has to deal with people. Again, people that telecommute, you deal with people. If you didn't deal with people, you wouldn't have a boss. You're your own boss. And if you're your own boss, that means you have to have a customer, and those customers are people. That's what everything boils down to, is learning how to deal with people. If you can do that, you can maintain a successful career.